Hey, what's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records, and we're talking Grand Funk Railroad. We're talking bands not getting along, legacy bands that that fight still, and it's a shame, So recent news: Mark Farner, original lead guitar player and co-lead vocalist, Grand Funk Railroad. Has his own band called Mark Farner's American Band, Grand Funk Railroad, which is originally a trio, and they were formed in Flint, Michigan in 1969. They're a rock band. They famously sang the song American Band and I'm Your Captain and Locomotion and a number of other songs that are fantastic. And started out as a trio with Mark Farner on vocals and guitar, Don Brewer on drums and lead vocals and backing vocals, and Mel Shocker on bass. Ultimately, they added some other members, but it's really primarily a trio, and they had some incredible success. They're famous for their album American Band. They're famous for selling out Shea Stadium in 72 hours, which is much faster than the Beatles sold out Shea Stadium. They kind of broke up, reformed. I think they had a run, kind of broke up in the 70s, reformed in 81, broke up again in 83, then kind of got back together in 96, and then ultimately broke up in 1998. And Mark Farner is talking some trash about the 50th anniversary tour of Grand Funk. So Mel Shocker, bass player, founding member, Don Brewer, drummer and vocalist, founding member, have had a version of Grand Funk Railroad now for 23 years, with Tim Cashian on keyboards, Carl Max on guitars and vocals, and Bruce Kulick, famously from Kiss, on lead guitar. So it's a great band. I have not seen that version. In fact, I have not seen any versions. I've seen Mark 6 or 7 months ago. In fact, I have I Am Your Captain. I have a version of that on my channel here, and maybe I'll put that in the description below. But here is what Mark has said about the latest incarnation. And they asked him about what he thinks of the Grand Funk Railroad reunion. He says, "You mean the Grand Fraud Tour? The Grand Faux Tour, F.A.U.X Railroad? It's too bad because it's really dishonest," he says. "It's as legal as it may be," meaning that they do have the right to tour as Grand Funk Railroad. "It's a completely dishonest to the fans. And the fans are taking a slap in the face," he says. He says the audience and the fans don't get the truth and they get screwed again. "I think the fans have been screwed enough, man. Why not tell the truth and go out with your head held high instead of hiding behind dark glasses and trying to present a fraud?" Well, like Don has said, this is the version of the band. This is a legal version of the band. And again, it's not like Mark's not going out and doing all those Grand Funk Railroad songs. Here's what Don says. "When we got back together in 96, there was a bit of apprehension on all of our parts. I think as to whether this is going to work. We got going and we kind of came up with the Bosnian idea and all that stuff. Things were going pretty well, but even then we went through three different managers. It wasn't all roses. You could feel it had an ending. So it did come to an end." So they got back together, I think in 96. They did some shows and some tour. They broke up for good, and Mark left in 98, at which point the current lineup was established in 2000. The year 2000. What do I think? I think you got to continue on You want to call yourself Grand Funk Railroad? Why not? You know, Don was a big part of the song. He sang the song American Band, which was a #1 hit. Don Brewer sang that from behind the drum chair. He sings the first and the third verse of their famous song, Some Kind of Wonderful. I don't need whole lots of money. That's him. I don't need a big fine car. You know, Mark sings the second verse, and they kind of come in and sing together at points. You know, Don's played with a Silver Bullet Band with Bob Seger. Don's been around the block, but when he comes home to Grand Funk Railroad, and he should be able to do that along with Mel Shocker on bass and the other guys that round out the band. Yes, they just came through St. Louis. I missed them, but you know, go do what you need to do. People are happy by this music. I feel like Mark complaining and by the way, Mark's got a huge ego. I don't know if you've ever seen interviews with him. He certainly seems to have it all figured out in his mind. So, you know, 2/3 of the band have the name. They're going out. Is it a shame that Mark can't join them on the 50th reunion? Absolutely. But you know what? It's not going to happen. Everybody needs to grow up. Have your version of the band. That's my 2 cents. Subscribe to my channel. Listen to the 1970 live album, Grand Funk Railroad Live. It's fantastic. Listen to all these bands. Go support them on tour. Peace out. Subscribe to my channel. We'll talk later. See you.